Your Frontier opening bell for today, the 14th of November, is right here. I am boasting number 5. Just a quick run. As always, through our trading day, give you a sense of how some of these big markets finished off on the continent. The Zimbabwe stock market continued in that negative trajectory, 1.78% on Wednesday. The GSE, the biggest market on the continent, saw 0.47% down. Industrials and financials dragged the markets despite 0.05% upside for resources. The shares of First Rand, one of the biggest banking services company, was 11.64 million shares traded Wednesday. The rand traded 18.22 to the dollar. That's pushing the rand lower at 0.63%. 18 rand is the new handle for the rand against the US dollar. Let's go to East Africa. Nairobi stock market continued that green shoot. 0.42% was what Wednesday saw. Then within the region, the Lusaka stock market was up by just 1 point. In Egypt, the biggest market north of the continent was about 0.5% in the green. That's the EGX 30. The BRVM added nearly 90 basis points to the composite, 273.63, while the Nigerian stock market rebounded very strongly, 0.22%, with those gains that we saw among some of the biggest banks. UBA shares up by 3.4%. JITCO climbed 1.03%. Zenith Bank was better Wednesday by 2.38%. Outside the banking sector, we saw a few declines, however, such as the NGX shares fell 5.5% as the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC looks to restructure its shares 3 years after being going public. Those are the numbers from the market street on the equity side of things, by the way. Let's just get into the headlines for East and Central Africa. M-Pesa, that's Safaricom reporting that its deposit for M-Pesa slipped 1.3 billion shillings despite customer growth. The big telecom and financial fintech company also reporting how it's going to utilize its own the new insurance license that it's gotten, leveraging M-Pesa and regular customers within the Safaricom itself to get the insurance subsector reach the level of insurance consumption in East Africa's biggest economy from the present 3%. The James Ndenga, the CEO of Safaricom, has been speaking to that. You can watch that online. Next door, in Uganda is looking to cut nearly all external loans in its 2025-2026, and that's according to the finance minister, deleveraging the fiscal balance. Then Tanzania's exports to African countries are outpacing imports from other African countries, and that's part of where President Suluhu Hassan is doing. And Kenya says it collected about $78 million in digital currency taxes, and that's part of the new tax reforms that President Ruto's administration is working on. Get on to West Africa. Let's see what are the big stories. First Bank, Nigeria's oldest banking company, will be holding its annual meetings virtually starting 10 a.m. Nigerian time. Today, Femi Otedola, Nigeria's billionaire businessman, is the chairman and will be looking at the numbers for last year by providing investors and other shareholders further updates on the ongoing rights issue. First FBN Holdings, the parent company of First Bank, is in the market for roughly 6 billion ordinary shares right issue to existing shareholders. About 150 billion of what is to be raised is already in the kitty. NCS, Nigeria's Customs, yesterday says it's reached its full year target revenue collection for this year, 5.7 billion trillion naira on Tuesday. That's according to the head of the customs agency, Bashir Adedi, talking to revenue collection compliance by companies and other institutions and working together with other government agencies. Trade facilitation as the umbrella for that 3-day conference, which enters its second day today. Then, of course, you have Ivory Coast planning $500 million green finance fund, while Senegal's looking at a 5 or 60 megawatts electricity via solar plant that has been built in the West African economy. Let's move it to Southern Africa, where South Africa is in the market looking to sell Eurobond, 2 papers, 12-year fixed note offered 7.4% and another 30-year paper offer 8.25%. 5%. Those were the news we've got yesterday. Zambia's central bank has raised interest rates to 14% because of inflation rearing its ugly head, and no thanks to El Nino, the impact of that drought that is crippling Zambia's economy. Back in South Africa, the labor unions said they are set to strike at ArcelorMittal, the mining giant, because of the job cuts being planned by the company. In Botswana, the country says it's shifting the economy focus from being mining and now moving it to financial services, and the target is Mauritius. Botswana says it has Mauritius, the Indian Ocean country, in its crosshairs, wants to have a share of that financial services. Mauritius is the go-to destination if you're looking to step into Africa financial services, and Botswana says it wants to pivot the economy away from just mining dependent into financial services. Some good news. Let's see how that goes under the new president and the administration in Gaborone. And finally, in Southern Africa, China is looking to invest roughly $1.5 billion in mines in Zambia. That's some good news for President Akinde Ichilema. Let's summarize it all in North Africa, with Egypt coming first, with the country looking to retail bond markets to boost financial inclusion. Financial Inclusion International Conference held in Lagos, physically with a number of Pan-African central bank governors and other financial regulatory authorities logging in virtually from Rwanda to Egypt and elsewhere. And the conference come to a close today. The International Monetary Fund has approved $415 million for Morocco's green economic transition. Part of the soundbites coming out of the ongoing COP29 conference going on in Baku, Azerbaijan. In the meantime, Morocco's $8.5 billion train factory is set to help Africa expand its exports. And Egypt's public sector reporting profit of about 68 billion Egyptian pounds over an 8-year period. And that just came from the government ministry in charge of that. And those are your headlines this Thursday as we look towards the weekend, tomorrow, the 15th. I am Bosi Namofaye. Do have a great day, and thank you for watching the show.